Hi, we're the Mangoes, and today we're going to be talking about the books we read in September. So, Lady Mango, will you start us off?
So in September, I reread the Harry Potter books, numbers 2 through 6, and we thought it'd be fun if we shared our ranking of books 2 through 6 from our favorite to least favorite, although we like all of them a lot.
Yeah.
But I will start. So first, I like Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince as my favorite, and then Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and then Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, then Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, and then Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. What is your ranking?
I think mine is really similar to yours. I think The Goblet of Fire was the best one, followed by, which one was it? Oh, The Prisoner of Azkaban, then Half-Blood Prince, then Order of the Phoenix, then Chamber of Secrets. So, why did you like Half-Blood Prince the most?
I liked Half-Blood Prince the most because it was really entertaining to read about Harry's lessons with Dumbledore and them delving into the Pensieve and learning more of a background around Tom Riddle and what led to him becoming Voldemort, and also the introduction of Horcruxes was pretty mind-blowing to think that Harry has 7 times what he thought he was up against, and not to mention the shocking scene where Snape kills Dumbledore. I feel like just all these things put together, this book had the biggest impact on me.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked Half-Blood Prince too. If anything, I think 4, 3, and 6 are all very close to each other.
I agree.
Yeah, and I like Goblet of Fire the most because I liked all the subplots that just didn't really seem to be related to each other all come together at the end, because you had like the Winky subplot, the Ludo Bagman subplot, the Barty Crouch subplot, and Mad Eye Moody. There's just so many mysteries. Just you didn't even think they were related, but then they just all came together at the end, and I thought it was a very well done job by J.K. Rowling to put all the pieces together like that.
Yeah, I really liked the twist in Goblet of Fire, and I really liked Mad Eye Moody as a character. Although I guess the majority of the time it wasn't really him, but still.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, let's just say that Barty Crouch Jr. did a really good job impersonating Mad Eye Moody.
That's true.
Yeah. And then, didn't you read another book too?
Yes, I also read Tiny Beautiful Things Advice on Love and Life from Dear Sugar. It's a long title. And basically, it's a book, but it's really a compilation of advice columns by someone behind the pseudonym Sugar. And then it was revealed that it was actually Cheryl Strayed, the author of the best-selling memoir Wild. And basically, she gives advice on a wide range of topics like life, career, infidelity, friendships, so on and so forth. And overall, I rated this book 4 out of 5. At times, I didn't really like the writing style. I thought it tried a little too hard to be poetic, but still, I thought that the advice was well thought out and actionable. I will say that as a reader, it was entertaining to read this book because a lot of the times Cheryl, aka Sugar, would relate whatever question someone wrote in back to her own life. So actually the majority of this book is actually just personal anecdotes. But I do wonder whether the person writing in would have appreciated that she spent most of her response talking about herself.
Yeah, that's one part of Cheryl Strayed's book that I didn't really like. I thought that the personal anecdotes sometimes just went on too long. And like, I agree with Lady Mango. I felt that she tried way too hard to sound poetic when really this is just an advice column and it's not a place for you to just try to be artistic and show off your talents when you're really just trying to help someone out. Also, I do think that most of her advice was good and actionable, but at the same time, there are other pieces of advice that I felt weren't. And I think I disagreed with them mostly because, I mean, she talks a lot about her own personal self and you learn about all the struggles she went through. And I feel like some of the advice she gave goes based on survivorship bias, because some of the decisions she made I thought were really questionable, but it worked out well for her. So now she's giving that advice to other people. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. That's important to say. I don't agree with the advice 100%.
Yeah.
And obviously, she speaks through her own lens of what she's been through, which is a lot. So I do think that it's good to take some of her advice with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
And just recognize that it may not apply to you.
And she also has a podcast. And then I only read one book in October, no, in September, and it's David Copperfield. And David Copperfield is written by Charles Dickens, who everybody knows. He's a very famous English writer. And David Copperfield is mainly about the main character, David Copperfield. He's born, like the first chapter begins when he was born, and then it just continues on to his middle adulthood life. And it starts off like every little Charles Dickens book. The boy is poor, and then he eventually comes through some struggles, through some family, and then eventually he slowly starts making his way up in the world and all the adventures that come along with it. It covers a lot of themes that were prominent in England at the time, like the status of orphans at the time, the struggles of poor people, prostitutes. It really criticizes the social inequality at the time too, so I thought it was a really interesting read. And I didn't really expect this, but I only read Great Expectations from Charles Dickens, but I thought the book was really funny. Like he does a really good job making situations humorous. And I told you about some of them, didn't I?
Yeah, just from what you've told me, a lot of the characters sound funny.
Yeah, and I haven't finished yet, but I only have 100 pages to go out of a 890-page book, so I'm almost finished, and I would probably rate it a 4 out of 5 unless some other huge thing happens in the book that completely changes my perception.
Well, you can update us in our October roundup.
Yeah, hopefully I finish in October, and
Maybe you will.
I have other books to talk about in our October roundup.
So stay tuned for our October roundup, which will be coming to you on November 1st, as well as other videos that we have in store.
Yeah. All right, this is it from the mangoes. I hope to see you in the next video. All right, so peace out. Bye.
Bye.